kill me is death.
Hell no, I can't trust nobody. So I keep me a stick at the party. Pulling up finna catch me a body. Round with them choppers, no Harleys. They know I gotta keep my Scotty. 33 and it's acting retarded. If it don't kill me, go harder. All my niggas and we moving like shotters. And I'm big tier late, we poppin'. We bought no assist, no Stockton. All my niggas, we up, we locked in. If he say got gas, might stop in. HP for the number of Harden. Free MC, white chalkin'. Tried to catch a play, D Hopkins. Pull up on the scene, we walk down. All that talking tough got chalked out. Pitch down the bricks, my hot route. How we gon' lose, we hot now. Got me sippin' Henny, that act up. Get it by the low, no Mack truck. Put your ex on my sack up. Bitch out of line, I'll smack her.
Welcome to Pittsburgh Chatter, where I do interviews where I want, whenever I want, with who I want. Today I got a special guest. Kelly, what's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. All right, so for this episode, I'm going to be asking for a lot of financial advice and what to do in the beginning. Yes, but first, let's start out your career. So you've dove into the field of being a business analyst. Yes, so talk about that, of what you do and what that is exactly.
So basically, when I went to school for energy, business, and finance, and after that, I got an offer coming out, so I gravitated out towards Philly. And I started working as a financial analyst for Lockheed, their defense company. Basically, just looking at the numbers, doing a lot of scheduling, a lot of planning, looking at the budget, trying to plan things out. For example, like if, the project is to build an office to do the podcast, you need a different type of skill mix in order to get it done. Each person costs a different amount of money, so I'm just adding up the numbers, telling the team how much it's going to cost,
So just trying to better the business as a whole from every aspect. Okay, I got you.
From the mathematical side.
So was this when you got, because of course I don't want to dive into college yet, but when you first got out of college, was it more of a connection you had made previously that got you this job, or was it just kind of they seen your work ethic and they were like, we need you?
To be honest, like I never even wanted to be in that field with working with defense contracting and the government. Really? Yeah, I just wanted to do finance, but the particular company was a whole other story, and that's why I ended up leaving, going into the energy sector now. But back then, I was really just hungry, trying to get internships and everything. I had a marketing internship. That didn't go nowhere.
So this wasn't a part of your plan?
No, I wanted to do marketing for real, and then that didn't go my way. Because they had in school, they had some type of parameters. I had to get like a 3.2. I had like a 3.19, 3.18. They wouldn't let me in. So I switched to energy, business, and finance, going to internship, career fair, stuff like that. Then I tried to get an internship with the company I started with, Lockheed. They was ignoring niggas and shit. They wasn't trying.
Early on.
Yeah, they wasn't trying to tap in. I went back to the career fair again. Didn't hear nothing. Had a trip planned to Europe, like after graduation, trying to get ready to go to work. And then like a month before that happened, they called me and they was like, yo, we want you to come do an interview. Everything was through the phone. Did well on the interview.
Was this during COVID or before or after?
This was 2019.
So
a
little bit right before. Okay.
So I had a little bit more fun, right before everything shut down. But I came in, got the interview, did well on that. Then I just landed it without even never seeing them in person or anything. They asked to relocate me, came out there, and I've been in Philly ever since.
Oh, so that was another question I had. So are you working from home or you are working from the office?
Yeah, I'm working from home.
Or is it both?
For the most part. That's why I'm on the clock right now. But I go into the office once a week.
So is that a requirement? They say at least come into the office once a week.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with the pandemic, it's changing the way these companies are looking at things. Like, of course, I want to be at the crib. Most people want to be at the crib.
There's no way statistics don't show that people work better at the crib.
You got to. You know what I'm saying? You can work on your own schedule, your own time. You're not getting micromanaged, you feel me? And it just make the most sense, not trying to save money on the commute. But, the commercial people are mad because, like, for instance, downtown, you're not going to, the commercial real estate is going to go to shit because these places don't got to rent them out no more. If the employees is at the crib, there's no reason for me to lease an office.
And we're talking about saving probably hundreds of thousands of dollars over like a 5-year span.
Yeah, bro, like millions of dollars in New York, millions of dollars
definitely
have
for
left.
New York, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The commercial downtown real estate, even like the mom and pop shop, coffee shop, they're all missing out on lunch money, all that thing. So, it's a back and forth, but I definitely prefer to work from the crib for sure, so I could like manage my time. Come kick it on the podcast with you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate that, and I understand completely. We're not gonna focus too much on this because there's another thing I want to been asking because I noticed that you are hip to crypto a little bit. Now, here's my thing with crypto. I know in the long run, like it's gonna blow because like what I did was I tried to look like way back to where prices were and where stuff was, and it's like okay, it may drop drastically, but from where it started. Like Bitcoin, for example, maybe from $100 to then it boosted up to around like at its peak was 60,000. Then it dropped down right now to around like 27,000.
Right.
So, as far as investing in crypto, what would be your advice to somebody?
To be honest, I hear a lot of back and forth saying that it's a scam and, it's not worth their time. But I feel like you got to take in consideration both arguments. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something that could be looked at as a scam, whether it's real estate, going to college, you know what I'm saying, paying for certain things could all be looked at. It's about how you play it. And, when you first get diving into something, you want to take the safe route first before you experiment and get risky. So, like you mentioned, Bitcoin, I feel like that's the safest bet
Guaranteed.
in the crypto economy right now. Like, that's not a rug pull. There's no famous celebrities behind it pushing it. It's not like a fly-by-night thing. It's been around since about like '08. So, I recommend just dollar cost averaging, meaning like just set a certain amount you want to put in on a weekly or monthly basis, and whether the price is up or down, just keep buying, and over time it's going to perform a lot better.
All right. The reason why I wanted to ask about crypto is because like it's just become so big, and now like, of course, a lot of people aren't aware of this that there's places that are about to stop taking the dollar, like the U.S. dollar. So how I was viewing it is like Bitcoin's kind of worldwide regardless, and it's like everyone's familiar with it.
Yep.
So would that be maybe in the next 5 to 10 years a safer route to take over the dollar? I mean, of course, gold is always going to be top tier.
Right. So, I mean, to be honest, I think that a lot of the countries that are trying to, like, weaken the dollar, take us out right now, you know what I'm saying, that the debt ceiling is not, you know what I'm saying, being agreed upon. It's going to be a time where the dollar isn't as strong as it has been. A lot of the assets are going to go up in value because it's going to take more dollars to buy them. So assets is going to be a good place to park your money, like Bitcoin, like real estate, gold, silver. I like platinum because I feel like it's a nice metal to have. It's real rare. And a lot of people don't really know about that, so it's something a little unique you could collect and still gain value from. But Bitcoin and Ethereum would be the top two. I don't think
like if you were, of course, this is not financial advice, but if you were to suggest to someone, Bitcoin and
I would
Ethereum.
suggest the two crypto investments would be Bitcoin and Ethereum, averaging, you know what I'm saying, right now we pulled back a lot. We was at like 70,000 for Bitcoin and I think 4,800 for Ethereum. Bitcoin is at what, 26, 27 right now.
It dropped drastically, but even like at the rate it was, it's like, well, we was just looking at like probably before COVID at like 10,000 for Bitcoin. So it's just like, well, that's not that bad when you think about it. And it's went up there and stayed there.
Right.
So, okay. And so you said Bitcoin, Ethereum. We already went over that. So, and then I heard you kind of slip that in is that platinum. So you would suggest someone go with that, or is that more or less just your personal preference?
Honestly, I would grab all three of the precious metals, gold, silver. Platinum, but
it's expensive too.
It's expensive
shot up over the last couple of months.
So the crazy thing is, back in the day, like when we was coming up in the early 2000s and 90s, platinum was twice as valuable as gold, right? But now it flipped. So gold is around 2 bands and platinum is like a stack.
Do you see it flipping over again?
I kind of feel like it might.
Okay.
So when you first getting into the metals, silver is an easy thing to stack because you could pay like $20 for an ounce, you know what I mean? And you could just stack ounces and stuff like that. But with the gold and silver, you're going to need a band or like 2 bands to get an ounce. You could buy smaller, you know what I'm saying, entities.
But it's best to save up and get a
just a nice little chunk, throw it in the safe. But I think it will flip because people don't realize like the amount of platinum in the world that's above ground that we have access to. You could fit it in like a garage or like a 2-car garage. So it really ain't that much of it out there.
So if you have the chance to, you would say get some platinum and gold.
Yeah, it's going to definitely boost you up real quick, you know.
Because every time it's like a society's about to fail, and we've talked about this a little bit, it's like they go back to gold every time. All right, so how have you become like so business savvy and business like oriented? would you say it was from school, or would you say it's more experience from the people you've been around, the connections you've made? Which one is it?
To be honest, I would say it's definitely not school, and I feel like there's a common misconception of people being educated and learning how to manage their money. It's two different things, and they don't teach us that in school. I know you went to public school, right?
Yeah, public
And
school.
I was at Central,
Side Tech, yeah.
Side Tech. They don't teach us about either at either school. You know what I mean?
Teach us nothing.
We pay extra money to go to Central, and you know what I'm saying, they're still lacking that knowledge, and you know what I'm saying, being educated about the finance. And you'd be surprised, like even people that I know that who have doctorates and all these different degrees, super established, they start bad spending habits. Like they don't know how to manage their bread. Like it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep.
Okay, you always hear people say, "Oh, more money, more problems," and things of that nature. So I have to ask, like, so you do agree with that? That like, kind of like, don't worry about if someone's making this amount of money because they still might be in the same position as you because they tried to upgrade their life to live like that.
That's a fact.
So you would say when you're making more money, kind of keep it the same place you've been at until you're making a crazy amount.
Yeah, always try to live below your means, and you know
It's hard to do.
it's hard to do. And like you said, to piggyback on your last question, I kind of got it a lot from who I hung around, being around some older people, and you know, just seeing the pitfalls that I seen, mistakes people make, and not want to let that be me. You know, I feel like if you make a lot of money, whether or not you know what I mean, have a lot or you don't have a lot, you're going to basically, if you know how to manage a little, you'll know how to manage a lot. That's why it's like when you're young, you know what I mean, like learning how to save and invest. $100, if you know how to work 100, you could work 100 bands, you know what I'm saying? You could work 100 million. If you don't know how to work $100, you're never going to know how to work 100 million. You're always going to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. You make more, you spend more. So that's going to be something you got to watch out for. You know?
All right, can we get just a legit answer? Someone starting with $0, because this is how it is.
Yeah.
They're living just let's go for the worst case scenario here. Let's say they're living off the government, Section 8, food stamps, everything of that nature. No, because bro, this is really hot. This is, bro, you be surprised, bro.
No, I know it's
But hold on. Side note, because once I found out this was possible, I was astonished. I felt like everyone has just lied to me. I thought living off the government was like you
only
still
for
had to work,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
no, you can really like to the point where you're not working, you just chilling.
You thought it was only for poor people?
Bro, I thought you always had to work, bro. Since I was young, bro, I didn't even know about like unemployment, like the fact that like if you lose your job or something of that nature, like you could get paid a week. Bro, during COVID, I had like so much money like stacked up, and I was like, wait. Unemployment,
bro.
Like you cannot work. Like
yeah, a lot of people found out about that during the pandemic. Like the first time was unemployment.
I never knew about that at all,
bro.
All right, so they're on food stamps, Section 8, but they want to invest it. What would be the first step that you would tell them to take? Would it be saved, or would it be like what would I don't know. So I'm actually asking you. So what would it be?
So the first step, and I feel like the biggest killer to establishing wealth is debt. So the first step is going to be to eliminate debt for real. Like save, 3 to 6 months of, savings for emergencies or anything. Somebody gets sick or, a car accident, anything crazy. But the debt got to go. Like before you go on a trip, before you go out to eat, before you really try to invest anything, you got to eliminate that debt. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably heard this, the S&P is supposed to give you like 10% return a year. Most of the time, and with inflation, the debt is damn near going to be worse than that, especially if it's credit card debt, which a lot of us have. But, student loans with 9% interest, if you owe 100 bands, that's $9K a year.
All right, so that's another thing that I'm kind of curious about is because I be tripping off, like, when my credit card bill, like, hit, like, over, like, 2 or 3. So it's like I be tripping, get it down back to where, because, I don't know if this is true, but they say you're supposed to keep at least like 30% of your credit spent type of deal. So that's what I do. But basically what I'm asking is like, what are they supposed to do if their credit card bills and stuff, you're saying put money to the side, but they don't have the money. So it's like, this is where it's like gets a little tricky when you're asking financial advice because it always starts out with, put something to the side.
Yeah.
So basically you're trying to tell people to just kind of train their mindset. Then that's the only way they can really...
Look, you got to cut back on. You got to be See, we so used to seeing social media, people going on trips, living, doing all these crazy
Highlight
things.
reels.
The people without no jobs be living the best on Instagram. I know you know what I'm talking about. You be like, damn, they went on another trip, and I know this motherfucker ain't working, ain't did nothing.
You got 4 kids. You
me?
on your 4th
feel
trip to
me?
Bali in 2 years.
The
I'm
math
like, bro,
ain't
how?
mathing, bro. So it's like you got to cut back on a lot of things that you see and used to programming your mind to seeing, and like sometimes you got to live on some basic bare minimum type shit in order to get ahead. You know what I mean? And
Noodles and water type vibe.
bro, when I came out of school, I was making decent money, but there was a lot of times I was still eating oatmeal. You feel me? Sandwiches, not eating out to pay that.
But
debt off.
hold on.
I came out owing 50 bands, bro.
We going to dive back into that, but you gotta be. That was easy for you to do. A little bit easier because you were a boxer, though. Yeah. So don't try to just gloss over it.
No, it helped, but you feel me? It helped definitely, but I ain't gonna lie. I like eating sandwiches and shit like that. Like growing up, like I mean, my raised ain't cook a lot, so shit.
But the amount of debt that people are actually in is, like you said, in the drastic rates.
Yeah.
So is there an amount of debt that is like okay to have? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, like. So there's a difference between good debt and bad debt. So good debt is things that you could leverage, the asset that you could leverage. For example, like a house, you could always take money up against it, or you could always liquidate and go buy and flip something else. Bad debt is like credit card debt or student loans, things that you can never leverage to get an asset or leverage to get any money out of. You know what I mean? You can't borrow against the student loan debt, and you can't pay it with credit. You got to have the cash to pay it, which is why a lot of people, like you said, is in a position not being able to save, put things aside. So before you're able to save, put things aside, just try to get that out the way. Credit card debt, student loans, you know what I'm saying? Because I think the interest rate on the credit cards is like usually like 20 to 24%.
Something
That's
wild.
crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? If you have any credit card debt, or for the people that's listening, just try to get that knocked down, pay it every month in full. If not, stop spending on it. Hide it from yourself. Some people don't got no control. Just hide it from yourself. Don't spend on it until, you know what I'm saying, you get it under a manageable amount. You know what I mean? Spend out your checkings.
That's right, bro.
If you got it. If not, stay your ass in the house.
Well,
don't go out.
I'm sorry. So, like, ballpark 40, like college, let's say $40,000 a year. Yeah. I'm just ballparking here. 4 years. You're telling me y'all gonna come out with that amount of debt? And I'm so sorry if you, like, this ain't towards nobody. I just never understood it.
Mind,
for
bro.
A piece of paper?
Speaking mind,
that's crazy to me. Like,
we're here to talk about it.
You going 4 years, and that's minimum. People be going to graduate school right after for a piece of paper. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Now, maybe before in the past, like it was probably a little bit better when it was the lifestyle to, go to college, get a job, and where it's like everything was set up to where it's like you could afford to do that out of college. You could afford to do that out of high school. You go get a trade, but that's not pushed as much as it used to be in high school. So, things like that. The amount of debt that people have is just
bro,
scary.
listen.
It makes me feel comfortable, though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So, look, peep, like, the problem is that a lot of the times people are going to school for things that are not going to pay dividends on that degree. And people, you know what I mean? Like, you don't ever want to come off as a hater. So, like, a lot of times people won't say nothing to these people, but, bro, if you're going to school for liberal arts or history or communications, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, and you got $100,000 in debt, you're not gonna pay that off no time soon unless you got a side hustle or something like that. You just gotta know what situation. If you're gonna go for that, cool. Make sure you got a side hustle or a backup plan. You know what I'm saying?
I think people are attracted to the university because even if you go to like a community college, you'll leave with no debt and the right degree you need to move around. So
I ain't gonna lie though, it's cracking though. It's the social part and the things you learn.
Bro,
it's
know
worth
I
it,
know.
bro. It's worth it, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You had your fair share of fun too, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you paying for that too. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's not all about the people.
All right, no, because now I like the segue there. All right, so let's talk about, honestly, let's just start at Central and go forward. So, you're what middle school did you go to?
I went to Kappa.
Okay, so you go Kappa?
Yeah.
How'd you go to Kappa for Central? Usually people that are in Kappa stay at Kappa.
Hell no. I couldn't be out there for that long. They ain't had no sports teams. They ain't had nothing going on. I was there doing technical theater, building like the stage sets and shit, and learning how to do plumbing, electricity, and shit like that. So.
Okay. All right, so then you go from Kappa to Central. So now you're going from a school that's mixed in with women and men, to a school that's just all men? Did this help you focus way more? No, because I'm being honest. Like, okay, Oakland Catholic was right there, though.
Yeah, we wasn't really worried about them too much.
I was always busy
Yeah, bro. It was like, my raise told me I had to go to Central. I was trying to go to the Dice. That's what everybody knew was at for the most part. But she kind of, you know what I'm saying, forced me to go to Central. And when I heard about the uniforms and all dudes, you know what I mean?
And y'all ain't get no Lee room with y'all uniforms.
No, we had dress down day like once a month, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It was crazy, but in hindsight, you know what I'm saying, I'd be going back and forth because I wanted that promise money, but at the same time, like, it definitely wasn't a lot of distractions, I will say that. Being up in there was definitely about the business, you know what I mean, and it was easy to go from that to, you know, a university and, like, be able to buckle down when you need to.
That's one thing everybody I know from Central usually says is, like, they really push you going to a university. If you're an athlete, they really try to push for you to go D1. Like, really nothing else. That's really what they're pushing the whole time.
Right.
So, as far as sports, what sports were you playing at the time, or it was no sports?
I was playing football freshman year, and then, like, you really got put in the time and the hours. Like, I was not trying to lift, you know what I mean? And I was already small, and then it was quad A. So, after that, I'm like, man, it ain't even – I'm not able to put my time into it.
There ain't no love there, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I knew I wasn't going D1. So it's like, all right, I tried to do, I think, wrestling for like a semester. I wasn't feeling that. Then I started boxing, I think, my junior or senior year. And
so they had boxing at Central?
No, I was cutting up, and I got suspended, and my guidance counselor took me over to the gym in Oakland, and I met a coach there, and you know, he was just showing me, like, you know, the little beginning portions of it, learning this and that. And then I ended up really fucking with it. So then I started coming back, and then, you know, it became an outlet for me. Took it up to Penn State. I actually took a year off freshman year, and I didn't do it at Penn State, and that's when my grades was terrible. I was fucked up.
All right, so during the time you went Central, I can't remember exactly the year I met you, but I do know I met you through James one day. I think you, and this is early on. Like, we probably like, I really want to say probably 15, 16. It's definitely not 17 and up.
Yeah,
like,
so
no way it's 17
we talking about
and
like
up.
2011.
Yeah. All right, so this is the time when, like, not like only two of my bros I know drive. Like, that's it. James, we have to go through hoops and hurdles to even get the car. You pulling up, you driving. Like, how did that feel for you? Because this is early on. Like, did you take advantage of that, of having a car early on? Like, how did that feel for you?
It was definitely a blessing, you know what I'm saying? And I got my license, like, I think, niggas, the day I was able to, I think I went down there and got the permit. Then I got the license, like, as soon as I was eligible. So
you was driving to school and everything?
I think I got it in the summertime. I think I got it in May when damn near school was out. So I drove a couple times, and then I damn near banged out the next school year before I could even take it to school.
We heard about that,
Yeah, so I didn't have it for long, and then after that I had to buy my own shit. So I was buying, like, you know, shit.
Little lemons.
Well, yeah, I had a lemon. That shit lasted me like 3-6 months. Then I bought another car that actually lasted me for the last 5 years, and I just got something new now.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I gotta keep it 100, bro. Another thing during that time period that I have to keep 100 is I seen you had a pair of shoes, and you probably might not even remember this. There were a pair of shoes you had, and once I seen them, I was like, I don't know when, I don't know where, but I have to get those.
What was they? The Nike
Cav 4s.
Oh, the Cav 4s?
Bro,
yeah.
you at the time,
they was crazy.
and bro, you had them, and I had never seen nobody with them before, like, in my life. Like, I don't even remember seeing, like, basketball players wearing them, and I had just seen them. I'm like, what the hell is them?
Yeah.
And then you kept telling me the Cav 4s, and I think I was arguing with you, bro. Those are new colors. He was like, nah, bro, these is the Cav 4s.
Yeah.
So just that, early on, were you interested in all shoes? Like, was it just Jordan? So what was it back then for you?
Bro, I was really into the shoes, like, probably after 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I just started collecting them and working, like, little jobs and shit just to afford. I mean,
that's
the
crazy.
shoes.
You was working just to buy shoes,
bro. It's crazy, bro. My first job was
been invested back then.
Should have been my first job at
Hundreds of
Panera,
shoes.
bro. Like, the check would be $200-$300, and I would spend what was they back then? $180.
Like, nah, they was like 170.
170.
Yeah.
That's damn near. I had $50 left. But you know, back then, a dub for the week, you was straight. You
No,
grab your
facts.
pack, everybody put the 5
Because you're not
up,
paying
you
for
feel me?
food. Your raise got you on that.
Bus pass from school. You
No,
feel me? So
facts.
you was in the game. But I just tried to, you know what I'm saying, collect them Jones and, you know, like you said, having a car, being able to get to the releases and shit like that and wait out. I waited, outside a couple of times and, I had to take advantage of having a ride, man, from the shoes to trying to hit the parties, trying to be on the shorties, all that.
No, facts. We're going to get to the parties after this. But now you know. All right. So, I'm sorry, Hassan. Bro, you my bro.
What's good, bro? I ain't talked to bro in a minute. Hope everything's good.
We're chilling in the car one day. This is years ago. Please don't. This is years ago. Like, probably like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
We're sitting.
For longer than that.
We're sitting in the car chilling. At the time, we all chiefing in the whip. Kelly goes, "Hey, Hassan, you think I could get one of the books? I need something to roll up on."
Yeah, he's funny as hell.
Why the hell did you say that to that man?
Hey, me and Hassan, we go way back. You feel me? Like my.
So it was a friendly joke.
Yeah,
that hurt though. That was.
I mean, back in the day, niggas know I used to rip all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, I was always short, so I used to just learn how to flame. I used to just flame niggas.
Nah, but bro,
and Hassan, you know what I'm saying? Like
the life tips.
Like I said.
That's what they was. And no, if you look at the book, it has some good information in it. But at the time, it's like, we ain't on that mindset. Yeah. We on some, oh, you write a book? We on you. Like,
nah, but the thing is, like, my sister, her dad is like his people. So, like, we grew up together, like, damn near since elementary type shit. So we used to always go back and forth. And
no, how you said it was crazy.
Bro, because I'm sure he said something, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a little bit to the left, so you know I just had to come back with you know what I mean, but it's all love and like he probably was having some real shit to say that we needed to hear. You know what I mean? But we just was on some, you know what I'm saying, kid shit.
Nah, yeah, no, that was just a joke. It was just so funny though. At the time, it was just hilarious because you wasn't expecting that, and he did have a book called Life Tips. Y'all can go Google that. That's
yeah,
we're not lying here. That's a
check
real
it
thing.
out if it's still available.
Yes,
for sure.
Yo, you going crazy? You see what I'm saying?
Nah, for real. Like he still get, you know what I mean, publishing crazy.
He's a rapper now. He's not on that no more. He's strictly music.
Yeah, well, you know, money man do financial tips and rapping.
True.
You feel
True.
me? He be putting niggas on to the
and Bandman Kevo.
Yeah, everybody, man. So,
okay. So all right. So after Central, so like let's talk about your 12th grade year here. So you already knew where you were going. Did you apply to places? What are the grades looking like? Because like 12th grade year is like a chill year, but it's also like a
pivotal
mindset.
year.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is crazy. Like everyone's talking about this college stuff. What am I going to do here? So what was your mindset 12th grade year and then leading into going to Penn State?
Shit. I definitely was getting ready to go to school. I knew I wanted to go to school. I think Penn State was the only school I really wanted to go to. I think I went.
So you didn't even look at other ones?
No, I went on the Black College Tour, and that was cracking. Like, kids, definitely go on the Black College Tour if y'all could. You know what I'm saying? That's a great experience. Definitely recommend, even if you don't choose to go to HBCU. I chose to go to Penn State, but that's the only school I applied to, and if I didn't get into Maine, like, I ain't have no backup plan or nothing. I just put it all towards there. Luckily, I had, like, a recruiter that I was in contact with. He got me in there, so happy about that, and shit, once I got in there, I was, you know, you get senioritis, niggas start partying and shit, but
no, I seen you at a couple parties.
Yeah.
I don't think I seen you at a lot though. Like it wasn't like
we
the
probably was
abundance
at different parties too, because I was all over the place, like, and I had to be because Central, you know what I mean, they ain't had no parties to offer, you know what I mean, so we was always trying to slide, you know what I mean, see what we could fuck with, but definitely. I was on the Hill a lot too. I think that's where I mostly seen you at.
It's crazy because I would say like if it wasn't at least like once a week, it was probably like once every 2 weeks we would see you on the Hill for sure. Yeah. All right, so you said that if you didn't get into Maine, it was over. So you get into Maine. Now I have friends up there that were going up there at the time. There's so many people I don't want to. I just know for a fact it was Abe. I think Aaron went up there and a couple other people. I know what the Penn State's like. But like your freshman year going to Penn State, like there's no way that's not a lot for you. Like
it was, bro. My grades was terrible.
There ain't no possible way.
I had a 2.6 freshman year, bro. It was
that's like, not terrible. It could be way worse.
For me, it was really bad because like
you coming from a 3 point,
you know what I mean, being like 3.1, 3.3, 3.5 type shit. I came up there. I was not boxing, so my structure, I had no structure. Wasn't working out. Wasn't going to the gym. I was just, getting fried. Just partying and my mind wasn't even really on school. I was really soaking it all in. But after that, I got it together, and you know what I'm saying.
So, around what year did you stop partying?
Never.
Yo, I knew it. All right,
not up there, bro. Like, you feel me? When I come back home, now we older now. Niggas just tired of.
Oh, I'm so tired. I gave up the party life. Holy,
bro.
I'm not coming to the club with you.
No.
I'm not coming to no. If y'all not dancing, I'm
right.
definitely not coming. And nobody's dancing, so I'm not
the
coming.
Dancer, though,
bro, I had to.
Bro, I do remember you definitely used to hit this.
And well, you know what's crazy? It's like people used to clown me back in the day,
but then it was fun though.
But no, it was like, all right. So there was a period where it wasn't cool to dance,
right.
And then it gradually, once they start seeing, well, he's getting girls.
Yeah.
I guess it is cool to dance.
Yeah.
So people gradually got okay with it over time. But there's a period of time, I seen niggas be looking at me like, yo, Nugget bugging out. Like, bro, I'm being real.
But you was having a good time though.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Sitting at the party trying to look tough is not fun.
Oh, that wasn't my style.
Yeah, but there's niggas that was definitely trying to be like that, and or just being high, sitting there not talking to nobody.
Cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
You gotta come there at least be social if you're not trying to dance. And you know what I'm saying, once you get a couple drinks, then you should be good to go.
Now, Penn State. I've been up there. Bro, the partying up there is ridiculous.
Crazy.
I go up there, I think a Thursday. I get there a Thursday. Friday, we're drinking the whole day. Saturday, Abe comes to me and is like, oh, bro, we're out to go to a day long. I have no clue what a day long is. Day long is drinking all day. Like from 10 a.m., like all day.
10 to 10.
Bro, I've never experienced nothing like this. It's like 5 p.m. I'm like, bro, we got to take a nap. It's like, all right, we go back, take a nap. So the drinking up Penn State is like a necessity. It becomes like a part of people's body almost.
Bro,
so
crazy.
Talk about, it's bad up
Crazy,
there, bro. It's terrible. I was up there for Halloween too, and it was bad.
That's one of the best weekends to go up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been drunk probably one time before I had got to school. Like, I was not a drinker at all. You know, we used to just be getting fried, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I was on the hill, that was the main reason.
And get food. That was it.
Yeah, and just hoop or whatever. Niggas was never drinkers. And I got up there, bro. It wasn't even like...
They make you a drinker.
Yeah, but it was like, you get eased into it. Like, it wasn't like, all right, as soon as you show up there, you know what I'm saying, day one, like, we just jamming beer in your hand and shit. But it's just like ingrained in the culture. You're going out, observing it, taking everything in, and it's like, you feel me, like, it's in the middle of nowhere. So, like, outside of game day, that's all there is to do. But there's always something popping up there, so.
Nah, bro, and then it's like different. There's definitely different cultures up there. I've hanged with the white guys. The white guys are definitely the worst when it comes to drinking. They'll bring you, and they're even the worst, more worse because, bro, I'm sorry, they're not stingy with their alcohol. So it's
They're
like
not.
they want you to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like hey man, take this shot.
Yeah.
All right, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You can take another one,
Yeah.
and then you want 10 shots. Walking around like this, trying to play ping pong, and it ain't working. So it's just like, and then you go to the black people. They're a little bit. You got to bring your own alcohol. But let's just be straightforward.
Yeah.
You around the black people, you got to bring your own
come
alcohol.
together, y'all ain't going. niggas ain't sharing alcohol. You know?
At all. If they don't know you,
Yeah.
whoa, why is you touching my bottle? Like,
Yeah.
no, we not doing that. So I think I had went to, it was like a Halloween party, and then like it's gonna be hard to describe this because, you know, it's basically who you know up there,
Right.
and you can't get into everything. But it was like in this basement or something, and like I said, I had fun, but it's just like you don't really remember anything. Like, you remember drinking before and drinking after, like. So
You was blacked out?
I ain't gonna say no. I got videos. I wasn't blacked out. I've never blacked out in my life. I've always been the type to, if it's extreme circumstance where I feel uncomfortable, I'll sober up, and then it will just all hit me when I get to the crib. So how were you doing classes, partying, boxing? How are you doing all of this,
it
bro?
was hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because I had boxing at 6 in the morning, running 2-3 miles, then class, and then 6 p.m. boxing when I actually spar. So I was putting in.
And I remember you posting.
Yeah, just putting in a lot of work, but I actually cared about it. I still do, but I don't fight no more. But at the time, like, I really was trying to, like, actually accomplish something, because I wasn't going for football or nothing else like that. And I thought it was it was a fun sport. I had fun doing that shit. School was cool.
So what weight class did you block? Talks about boxing, because I'm clueless when it comes to boxing, but it's becoming like it had a down year, but Jake Paul, people gonna get mad. He revived it, and now people are talking about it. He revived it, yeah. And now the real boxers got even more light because you realize, oh, this Utah boxing is shit.
Yeah, he
so
ain't
now
about to steal the shine. We fighting too.
Yeah. You think you can take, bro?
Oh, Jake Paul? Nah, he big as hell. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? And he can actually fight enough to know what he doing.
Yeah.
You know
All
what
right.
I mean?
They offer you a $2 million
like
bag, win or
250.
lose.
Oh yeah, win or lose, yeah, for sure.
You in there?
I'm gonna just have to, you know what I mean, be technical and just try to outpoint him. You know what I'm saying? Just be on my P's and Q's, not let the nigga hit me. But
All right. So what was your weight class? I apologize for cutting you off. And what was your record up there?
so my weight class was 132, and that's basically what would be the pros of like Tank and Devin Haney and Shakur. They fight at 135, so that's what it would have turned into. And I lost once. I was 6-1, I believe, 6 or 7-1, and then I think in 2017 I won the Golden Gloves here in Pittsburgh. I got the championship. So, you know, I was definitely heavy on the boxing shit for a while, and then as I got older and started focusing on the money tip, that's kind of how I got more focused on the financial literacy and getting more knowledgeable. And I mean,
So was it more or less you just weren't interested? Because like, all right, I gotta talk about it. Now you're out of boxing, and you left early enough to where you're not gonna have any trauma as far as like with your head or body like that.
Right.
But I noticed like Tank, Muhammad Ali, all these boxers, like it's like their speech impediments kind of like messed up, and it's like people just kind of ignore it. I'm like, bro, y'all don't see this man like almost stuttering up, and the only person I will say that does it a little bit but has navigated to where it's like maybe he's still okay because he's older is Mayweather. And I look at him and I'm like, well, he was on defense his whole life and he still has a little bit of a speech impediment.
Yeah.
So like, is it really a dangerous game? Like,
bro, it's definitely a dangerous game. Like if you're not careful, you know what I mean? Like you can definitely end up getting hurt in there. You can't play boxing at all. But like in the amateurs and when you coming up, a lot of the times you got headgear on and bigger gloves, so you don't really sustain too much damage. But going into the pros, you definitely get.
So you be seeing like what I'm talking about? Am I tripping?
Bro, I mean,
it's like people ignore it though.
I ain't gonna niggas die in there for sure, but I never seen like somebody get seriously hurt. But I seen niggas get knocked out for sure, like out cold. You know what I mean? Or the ref had to come in and stop it. Like, people don't realize, like, with that Tank Garcia fight, when he got punched in the liver and they was like, oh, he's faking and this shit's rigged. Like, that shit really will shut your body down. Like, niggas
people don't you practicing boxing all year round, probably since you're like 15.
Bro, them niggas since they was like 3, 4, 5, 6.
Look, bro, I know it hurt because I'm thinking about playing football, having equipment, and getting one of those like shots right here when somebody like that.
Right.
So I can only imagine no equipment.
Little ass gloves.
And being skinny. I got a little fat, but being skinny.
Yeah.
And it,
right in the liver, bro. And then, you know, you dehydrated because you got to diet and cut weight and stuff like that. So your liver and your kidney is a direct effect of that. And then you getting punched directly in that shit. Like,
so you knew he was going to lose?
Oh, yeah. Tank definitely. He probably, like, you know what I mean, the most dangerous in that division. So. Okay. It's definitely gonna be a nice.
So you are into boxing even though you're out of it?
Yeah, I still watch it even though I don't fight. You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't have a scholarship or nothing for it?
No, that's why I came out with some debt. You know what I mean? So I was trying to pay what I could while I was there, but you know what I mean, I left with some debt, but we got to handle.
Oh, it's already paid off?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, he liked that,
bro. No, that's why I try to like use my experience and try to share it with people and tell them how I did it so they could do the same thing. You know
so all right, well, let's talk about how did you do it? Because did it happen over like what, a 5-10 year span? Like,
no, not
did you get some forgiven? Like,
no. So what happened was, like I said, I came out and I graduated in 2018 December, and I came out 0-50, and you know,
which isn't bad. It's typically like 100 plus.
Yeah, not bad. And then, you know, while I was in school, boxing and going to class, in between, you know, I was like having little side hustles, making money, you know, getting extra bread. So I had a little bit of money saved up coming out of school, and then from investing in Bitcoin too, I made a little bit of bread off of that.
When it shot up, you pulled out.
Yeah, I made a few racks, nothing crazy, and then
a few racks, nothing crazy.
Bro, niggas
a
be
few racks is crazy to people.
Millions and millions of dollars off of that shit, bro.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
So came out with the 50, then I just kept, like I said, I was eating, you know, like in the crib, not eating out a lot. After I came back from Europe, you know what I'm saying, I didn't spend no money. I wasn't taking no trips, just stacking. I was putting a band down every month on my student loans, every month. And then I think in the summer of 2020, I had got it from 50 down to like 28. So I had been working, saving up bread. So the pre-pandemic, I think, actually the pandemic was happening. So this is that summer. I just put down that last 28 racks and got it out the way. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
was smart about it for sure.
Yeah, got it out the way, and you know what I'm saying, just started stacking up. And
All right, look, we got it. All right, so I need you to
these
talk
moves.
about this. Parents, family, siblings. Just dive into a little bit of that.
mine.
Yes.
So I got a little sister. She is 21, and you know what I'm saying. My mom and my dad's still alive, thankfully, but you know they're not together. Most niggas. Ain't
So who did you stay with? It was your mom, right?
Yeah, I
growing
was
up?
staying with my mom, but I would go see my pops, like, you know, on the weekends.
So there wasn't no friction. It was all love between everybody.
No, they ain't fuck with each other. Like,
No, I'm
growing
saying
up.
like for you though, like you, there was no friction. Both parents, you.
Oh
were
yeah,
cool
I had
with.
them in my life. Yeah.
Okay,
for sure,
all right, yeah.
for sure. Yeah. My dad was around, even though we didn't get along all the time. But yeah, I'm definitely fortunate. I definitely had both parents, and you know what I'm saying, one sister. So that's about
I
it.
swear, I didn't even know you. I thought you were the. You had.
For real?
You act like the only child, bro.
Yeah, I mean, she got a different dad, but we grew up in the same house. We was close. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay. So the same mom though.
We the
Okay,
same
okay. I
mom.
got you. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say more or less like you were spoiled growing up?
Yeah, I think my raised definitely they
I
spoiled
fuck
me.
with you. You gonna keep 100.
Yeah,
you a
you
real
feel
nigga
me?
for
You feel me?
yeah.
My raised definitely, I mean, like, coming up before I was like 10, 11, before I got my first job, you feel me? She would definitely hook me up with the shoes. I mean, I wasn't coming to school bummy, but after I was able to work 15, like, I was buying all my own shit, you know what I mean? Like, she wasn't about to keep coddling me, and I feel like that's a problem now with a lot of the young niggas. Like, they
So
mom.
even though she, and that's good you said that, because even though she had it, she was like more or less, you still got to go get it on your own.
Yeah.
That's good, because now it leads you where you're at now.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? We had to, she worked her way up, which I saw her grind, which made me grind, because she was a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Your first year teaching, you make 30 racks a year, which is nothing. So we went from living at my grandma's house to living in Point Breeze, where we know now. You know what I'm saying? And she worked her way up. She's a principal now, but buying my own shoes and buying my own shit made me appreciate and learn the value of money. Like, the kids nowadays, they parents be buying them shit all the way up through high
They
school.
be having their credit cards.
Credit cards, scamming, all that.
I
You know what
didn't
mean?
dare get to touch my mom's card.
You feel me?
That's crazy.
All type of shit, and they get it so quick and easy, it don't mean nothing. So
All right, let's talk. All right, because all right, I need to get these 3 questions off fast. All right,
cool.
so first I want to know most famous person you met.
most funnest,
Famous
Famous.
person you met.
most famous person I met. I met Currency,
You met Currency, okay.
pretty famous.
At a show?
Yeah, he came to Pittsburgh and performed.
Okay,
I think
okay.
Back 2015.
Was it a meet and greet or you just?
Nah, I just walked up on him. He was about to the bus, about to dip.
It's crazy. I know you're going to think of somebody else as soon as you leave. You're like, damn, I forgot about that person.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I seen Charles Barkley out in Philly before, but I ain't officially like meet the
Meet him,
nigga.
but
But
you
we
saw
was in the casino and shit.
All right, so favorite shoes, top 5.
Top 5. Top 5.
Penny
I would
loafers.
say- Some
I'm
Sperry's-
done.
some
Go
Sperry's.
ahead. Oh, I need to get some Sperry's. I ain't wear them in a minute.
Definitely. Top 5. I feel like you gotta put the 5s in there. You know what I'm saying? I think the metallic 5s, I'll put them in there. I put the bread 4s in there.
Oh my God!
It
I
was
wish they would
crazy.
make them how they used to look though.
They
But
crazy.
go ahead.
What else we got? Top 5.
No foams.
Definitely not no phone. They had their time, but I wouldn't put them in the top 5. You feel me? I wouldn't put them in the top 5.
They had their time. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's
you
like
feel
if you don't
me?
got specific ones.
Yeah.
no.
It was crazy. I think
They washed it. They did wash it.
The Nike joints. I think the first Yeezys that came out about when he was with Nike,
The
the black and
Octobers.
pink joints.
Oh
them-
yeah.
I think them is up there. Them
You
was
got
crazy.
those?
No, I don't got. Oh, ones that I got.
Yeah, like I'm.
Ones that
Yeah,
I got.
bro.
I thought you meant this period. all
No,
time.
we'd be here all day. You know how many shoes there are?
No. Yeah, all right. That I got. I put the 5s in there.
Well, you got those. That's why I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't got the bread 4s,
Mhm.
but I got Space Jams. I put them in there. Shit. LeBrons.
Which ones?
The ones I think we got the Miami.
Miami.
Nights.
Oh, them is crazy.
Yeah, them ain't even the best 9s, but them the only ones I got.
Which
left.
ones is the best? Them
I had
cannons?
the Christmases. I had the cannons.
The mangoes. Remember the mangoes?
I don't think I had the mangoes, but them was crazy too.
The Christmases was the all red.
Yeah,
And I got the galaxies too.
Yeah, them was crazy too.
Yeah, but they beat.
My Kobe's is probably my Kobe Grinches and the Kobe.
Which ones?
Peters.
7s?
Yeah, them was.
Do you have them before they got, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
get
I had
re-got
them
them?
since high school. So, and I had the Poison Darks and the Black History Months.
Bro,
I
we
got rid
was
of them.
tripping, bro. I beat my Kobe's, and bro, they were way too comfortable, bro.
Bro.
I had the Kobe 8s.
The Kobe 8s and the 7s and the 6s was the best ones.
You're not finding them for under 300 now.
I got
All right.
the BHMs, I think, from
Black History Months.
Yeah, I got them from Geechee.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, Geechee P?
Yeah, yeah.
Haven?
Yeah. That nigga got a lot of shoes too. Shit.
Bro, he got drip. He been having drip for years. All right. One more question we going to wrap it up on. I need to know, like, I've been seeing you're really into watches now.
Yeah.
And I see you, I don't watch on you, you know what I'm saying, doing your things.
Little something. Man.
So what made you get into watches?
Shit. You gotta, like, be able to have fun and, like, do hobbies and things like that. But a lot of times people's hobbies and having fun ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you say going to the club is your thing, or going to the mall, or, you don't
traveling. See
traveling.
nothing from that in a long time.
Yeah, after you have fun, you pay for experience, but it's like it's gone. You feel me? Versus if you like to collect watches and stuff, they look nice, you know what I'm saying? Obviously functional, but they could gain value, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it also gets you to have access and networks, and people who like watches and stuff usually do well in life. So it puts you in like a different, room sometimes where you can make them connections.
No, and it says like all the big businessmen, people that are making moves, even if it's the most subtle watch, you see them with some form of watch on.
Could
It's
be
just
any
like
watch, just a
knowing
nice one.
damn well we got these phones that tell time.
Yeah.
It has to be an aesthetic at this point, because it's not like
Yeah,
something that you using for time anymore.
exactly.
All right, so that's really it, because I really wanted to know about that. So you would what watches? This last one. What watches specifically are you in? Is it Rolexes? Is it
Rolexes, Patek's is nice.
and you're not on the ice 'em out type vibe. You want plain
Nah,
Janes.
bro, don't bust it down. Anybody who
It loses value,
buying
correct.
a watch, don't bust it down. You literally drilling holes in the watch, and then you're putting diamonds in it. So if you was to take the diamonds out, the watch will have a whole bunch of holes in it. So it's like,
It's dumb.
yeah, it's dumb. And a lot of times, if it's not factory, Rolex or Patek or AP didn't put them in themselves, it ruins the watch. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing before we go, this is off topic, but on the financial literacy tip, I also sell credit lines, trade lines.
I did see credit repair. Yeah.
So just putting it out there for anybody who would need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
credit
drop your
repair.
at for how they can reach you, or Gmail or something.
So I'm gonna start a business page on Instagram, but right now it's still my personal page _ actually KelB _ you could just DM me, and I'm selling trade lines to boost people's credit. So these are my personal trade lines, and I add people as authorized users, so you'll get my credit history, all the all-time payments, and all the limits added to your account. It'll boost you up, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to buy a house, car, or something coming up, and you need a good score, holla at me.
All right, no, I appreciate you, and I'll definitely be tapping it with you
You too,
soon.
if you need help. Whatever.
Yeah, I definitely do need help. We're definitely gonna have to wrap on that. But like I said, I appreciate you for coming in. It's just crazy. I was kind of like skeptical of like how we were gonna make it through the whole interview. Then I realized this is Kelly. I know him. It's an easy
go
conversation.
way back, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, but you know what I'm saying? When you dealing with real people, it's always gonna come full circle.
Real
Good
shit.
energy, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for having me.
For sure.
And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, your listeners is able to gain from something. They tune in, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Check us out.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.